What is questioning? What is powerful questions? Is there a difference between powerful questions or powerful questioning? In today's episode, we're going to discover just that. Now, if you're new to our channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay tuned to all the latest videos that we have about coaching, about conversation mastery, about how to improve your conversation every single day. Now, we hope that this channel will bring you new insights, new know-hows, new ways to actually approach conversations. Now, if you love our videos, do remember to share this with friends and tag your friends as well. Well, today we're going to look at the ICF core competency number 6, which is on powerful questioning. Too often, coaches love questions. They love to find and know what is the top 10 questions to us, what is the top 20 questions to us. So they buy books of 100 best questions to us. Now, if you see any of such books, run away from them. If you see any of such articles about the best questions to us, run away from them. Why do I say so? Because guess what? It's not about questions. Questions in and of itself are not powerful. Every questions are either powerful nor not powerful. Questions doesn't really change anything, but when the questions you ask in the right moment, in the right context, in the right situation, with the right tonality, with the right pace, that process becomes the powerful questioning process. In that moment, that questions become the powerful question. Take that question out of the context, it's no longer powerful. So what we're going to explore today is what is powerful questioning and how do you go about improving your powerful questioning ability. So let's take a look at what ICF says powerful questioning is. Now, ICF defines powerful questioning as the ability to ask questions that reveal the information needed for maximum benefit to the coaching relationship and the client. Wow. So you want to ask the questions to review more information for the benefit of the client. And let's take a look at some of the parts of it. Number one, ask questions that reflect active listening and understanding of the client's perspective. Number two, ask questions that evoke discovery, insight, commitment, or action. Example, those that challenges the client's assumptions. Number three, ask open-ended questions that create greater clarity, possibility, or new learnings. Ask questions that move the client toward what they desire, not questions that just ask the client to justify or look back. So really interestingly, in the powerful questioning process, we are looking at a few areas to just expand the client's horizon. So I want to show you the ICF core competency rating list. In this aspect, you're able to see all the different components of what ICF is looking for in the coaching conversation. So let's take a look at this. In the competency, what we're looking for is that we're looking for the ability to ask questions that reveal the information needed for maximum benefit to the coaching relationship and the client. Clear, direct questions that lead to new insights and move the client forward. Open-ended questions using what and how that are clear, direct, and succinct. At the ACC level, questions attend to the client's agenda but are generally seeking information and formulaic and are sometimes leading or to have the correct answer anticipated by the coach. So sometimes coaches may tend to want to ask that perfect answer, the perfect question, the perfect way of saying certain things, and that may and you're expecting that answer. The answer from the client. So when you do that approach, that is still a very superficial questioning process. So generally, questions asked are geared towards solving issues set by the client as quickly as possible and not really exploring any further. Now, if we look at the PCC MCC level, it goes deeper. But let's look at the MCC level, which is the Master Certified level. The coach asks mostly, if not always, direct, evocative questions that are fully responsive to the client in the moment and that require significant thought by the client or take the client to a new place of thinking. The coach uses language and learning styles to craft questions, and the coach is fully based in curiosity, and the coach does not ask questions to which the coach knows the answer. The questions often require the client to find deeper contact with the client's shadow and light sides and find hidden power in himself or herself or themselves. The coach also asks questions that help the client create the future rather than focus on the past or even present dilemmas. So really the questioning process is really about moving the client from where they are to where they want to be, pushing the boundaries, moving them forward. And the coach is also not afraid of questions that will make either the coach or the client or both of them uncomfortable. Now, so you want to receive a passing score if the coach does not demonstrate questions that are evocative and ask the client to think in a larger space or in an experimental space related to the client's agenda and stated objectives. Also, the coach frequently asks information questions or questions that keep the client in the past or in the present detail of a situation rather than the forward thinking. So if your question is always about the past, very much in the therapeutic mode, then you will not receive a passing score. The questions do not make frequent use of the client's language, thinking, creating style, or do not make use of what the coach has learned about the client. Now, oftentimes we tend to use our own coaching training language because from different coaching schools you may learn different languages. But what I encourage you to use is the client's own language. What the client is articulating, what the client is saying, how the clients are using words and phrases. Avoid using your coach training languages. Right? And next one, the questions reflect the coach view of the situation, the coach's learning and processing style, or a preconceived answer by the coach. And the coach is unable to move beyond the standardized coaching questions or the standardized model. So too often, many coaches are stuck in a certain model, certain frame, certain perspective. They are using a certain model of framework of asking questions. They go from this particular process to next process, next step, and they get stuck in the model. They get stuck in the process, but never getting quite out of it. The coaching a client, every single client is different. So if you utilize a particular model, it's not going to work on everyone. Just like the GROW model. So often people have used the GROW model so frequently, but it's not effective in all cases. Right? And the way you use it also is going to be very important because sometimes the client may not begin with the G. You may need to explore something else. And even the GROW model doesn't give you a comprehensive outlook of how you should do the coaching conversation. If you get fixated on that, if you get fixated on a particular flow process, then your questioning style may not be as impactful, may not be as wonderful, may not be as powerful as it was. So what I encourage you to do is you think about this. When you're asking questions to your clients, are you using the client's language? Are you inquiring based on curiosity? Are you inquiring because you really have the answer? Or are you inquiring just to expand the client's horizon, to expand the client's worldview, to expand the client's assumptions about themselves, about the situations? How are you using the questions? So the approach of questioning is more important than the questions of itself. So too often, many coaches want to know what questions do I ask. No, before you ask what questions to ask, think about the questioning process. How do I begin to ask a question? But before that can happen, you must begin to improve the listening ability and your ability to be present with the client in the moment. So there you have a quick overview of powerful questioning, and I hope this has helped you to give some insights about all this. Now stay tuned because every single week I'm going to come with you with more detailed comprehension of the core competencies. And if you like this video, don't remember to hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, this is Jada here at Coaching Changes Lives.